Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I like to do is I want to talk about a couple things about the JFK assassination, about the gunman on the second floor of the County Records building, and the shot he fired that day, one of the shots he fired that day, and another claim made by a researcher named Donahue. Okay. First, let's get into one thing. We're going to do one thing at a time. This is the first thing we're going to do. Here is the gunman hanging out of the window in the Bell film, as you see here. Now, a lot of people says, well, why didn't see the Secret Service agent seen him or anything else? If he's hanging out that window, you know what I'm saying, and he has his gun, why haven't they seen him? But see, they're not taking consideration now that he is actually mostly still hidden behind these long pillars that's between the windows here. See how it's sticking out? It's sticking out, say, approximately, you got it looking over probably about 10 inches right here, 10 to 11 inches depth right here, even with the windows from here to the windows, which it goes in a little bit further from the window. So from the window here, by the side of the window out, you're looking at approximately almost 10, 11 inches. Okay, which why he's sticking out this window is because actually he's trying to look past this right here. He's trying to look past this right here and see if they're coming in. And now, as you see, the limo started to come into play, and he's can actually start seeing them now. But when you're looking at this view from Houston Street now, and like I said, you got to understand this. When you're looking at Houston Street, when you come down Houston Street, you're not going to see him. All you're going to do is see the top of his head. You're not going to see the rifle or rest of his body that's hanging out, which I'm going to pull this up here, not too much more. Let's see. Yeah, being much more film. As you see here, okay, all you're going to do is see basically his head from this view. So, if we're going to say this right here is Houston Street, okay, if I'm looking over to my right, all I'm going to do is see his head because I remember that pillar that's right here. It's sticking out, okay? So all I'm going to do is see the top of the guy's head. I'm not going to see his rifle there because his rifle is hidden right behind this as he's hanging out the window. So I'm going to look up there and I'm going to say, okay, there's a pedestrian. That's it. So I'm going to start looking around everywhere else because I know there's a pedestrian here, and there's a lot of pedestrians around here, which I got to keep an eye on. I got another building that I'm coming up to. I got to start looking at that location, everything else. You have to take this into consideration now. Remember, they're moving, and when they're moving, they're only going to take a glance here, glance here, glance here because they're trying to keep cover on all over the place. And right here, because of this pillar going up the side here of this windows, it's going to block a lot of his view, and it's going to block a lot of him hanging out that window. Now, from the front view, like as we see in the Bell film, which is here, okay, when we're looking at it from this view, yeah, we're going to see the whole gunman. Okay, we're going to see his rifle and everything else. But when you're coming down Houston, you're not going to be able to see him because he's hidden mostly behind this right here. Okay, so that's why they did not see the gun there because it's closer in, as you see here. It's actually closer in to him, okay, as he's hanging out the window. So they're not going to actually see him even from this view here. When you're going straight down the street, you're not going to be able to see him because he's hiding behind this pillar right here. Now, we took care of that. That's the reason why they didn't see the gunman hanging out with a rifle in his hand, but we can see it in the films and images. Now, the reason why Mr. Donahue went ahead and made his statement about, well, he knew that the shot came in from the right and exiting out to the left, okay, which came in from right, went in 15 centimeters in his research. Well, he's right to a point. It did come in from the right and it was heading towards the left. He was right about that. But the reason why he said the follow-up car, when Secret Service agents in a follow-up car shot JFK, because of this image here. What we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. And as you see here, we have a Secret Service agent holding up a rifle in his hand. Okay. This is where he's basing his research on, is just one image here saying, here is the assassin right here. Here's that gunman that took the fatal headshot to JFK because he was close and he has a rifle in his hand. But I don't look at it this way because, see, I have to find out and see if there's more evidence, okay? I'm not going to take one image and base a lot of research on just this one image because when we look at this, I'm going to say all gens image number 6 that was taken that day, as you see here, that guy is actually looking backwards. Now, JFK's already been shot in the back of the head, which I'm going to show that in a minute. JFK was already shot in the back of the head. He's looking out towards the back now. So he's really not even up all the way. And as you see in here, there is no rifle drawn at this point. The rifle is drawn after the fact when he got underneath the underpass. Then he pulls the rifle out. But at this point in time, no rifle has been drawn at all while they're on Elm Street there going through Dealey Plaza. No rifle is shown. Okay. Now, like I said, when Algin's image number 6 was taken, it was taken by frame 254 to Zapruder film. 254. Keep that in mind. 254 to Zapruder film. That's when this image was taken. Now, JFK, like I said, was already shot in the back of the head. And here's the reason why I know this. Because we're going to base this on photographic evidence now. As you see here, I line up the Hughes film. Well, first, let me go ahead and pull this one up first so you can understand. Okay. I went ahead, after I found the shot in Hughes film, okay, I want to make sure it was a shot. I kept on viewing it, and I want to make sure the location. So I sit down and look at it where here's 4 windows down here. We have 4 windows right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we go up here. Now we're going to count over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the gunman's in number 2. 1, 2. The gunman, where the rifle is being fired, right here. 3, 4. So see, this gunman is right here in this location here. And now we only see him with a rifle in his hand. But now he's firing his rifle. Now, if we look at this car right here, this is the car that we see in Altgen's image number 6, right here. So after I found that out, and I lined this up, and I lined up this car here, he was still on Houston Street. So when we're looking at this, we're looking at, well, this image here, Altgen's image number 6, was taken by frame 254 to Zapruder film. So from frame 254 on back is when that headshot occurred, because this is the shot right here. This is the fatal headshot. Well, not the fatal headshot, but the headshot to the back of JFK's head, which is coming in from the right, going out to the left. Now, we have to go back now. So I went back, and I started viewing the films and stuff like that, the images and everything else. And now we see here. If we look at frames 228, we see JFK's head here in this Zapruder film, here and here. Then when he gets shot in the back of the head in frame 229, not only JFK's arms go up, his shoulders go up, and his face goes down, just like this. It's like bang, like that. Okay, he's already like this. Then frame 229, when he was shot in the back of the head, he goes bang, like this, as we see in this Zapruder film, because we can also see the impact of in the back of JFK's head right here, and blood spatter. As you see here, I show you how his arms are tilted downward. It's got more of an angle and stuff, and the arms coming down here, and his face is, you can see his mouth, his nose, his eyes, and his forehead right here, right? But in the next frame, 229, his arms are straighter up more, his shoulders are up now, his mouth we cannot see no more, his nose is already pushed into his hands because of the impact of a bullet right here and blood spatter in the back. Okay. When analyzing a film, you have to go over each film, and you have to line this up and line that up, which I'm going to pull this up right here so you can see more, okay, where you can understand. There's the impact, which I'm going to zoom in. Here's the impact of the bullet, and this is the blood spatter right here. As you see over here, impact is right here, and blood spatter is right here. Okay, JFK's nose is being pushed into his hands, his eyebrows are coming down more, his brow is coming down more. His arms are fully extended up like this. His face is coming in. This is the impact of the bullet entering JFK's back of his head right here, which is the same location as we see in the autopsy photos. And that's the bullet that Donahue was pointing out that this Secret Service agent here shot there, but it actually wasn't. It was shot by the gunman on the second floor of County Records building. I wanted to make this video here to point it out. This information here is also in this book as well, Evidence of Conspiracy. Like I said, everything that you're going to find in my videos and research, this is why I said you only need one book, Evidence of Conspiracy. One book is all you need. Okay, there's thousands of books, and then I think there's like dozens of more new books on JFK assassinations coming out. Okay, But all you're going to do is find little details and little information, because there's like 4 or 5 people now is writing books and stuff, and they're contacting me because they want, can I use some a little bit of your research of mine, because I'm doing my research differently, but they want to use a little bit here, a little bit there. They want to use a certain gum in, but they want to put a gum in a different location, and they want to do this and do that, but only use one of my gum in or whatever. But I said, to that stuff, I really don't like doing that, because I don't want to mix the facts and of my research into another false claims or false stories that's being made. Okay. But I know like 4 of my friends are writing books now on a JFK assassination. And they asked me, because I've been friends with them for like 10, 15 years, and they asked me, can I, I'm writing a book about JFK, but I just want to use this gum in on a grassy, your gum in and a shelter, but I want to place a gum in a Daltex building, or I want to place the gum in over here. Nah, I don't want to do that. I said, I don't, you do your own research, you put in whatever you want, because all that is going to be more false claims add into it. Okay. This book here, like I said, this is the only book you ever need, Evidence of Conspiracy, because it has all the evidence in there. It goes in detail what happened that day. You'll see the time frames of shots and stuff, which no other researcher has, only me. You're going to see this information as you see in my videos and stuff in this book. Okay. And hopefully, if everything goes all right, we'll get the funds that we need to do this documentary, JFK, The Quest for Answers. Because if we could do that, then we'll have that in documentary done. Then we're going to have that on film. Okay. We're going to have eyewitnesses on film and their testimonies if we can. We're going to have the proper angles and the proper shots from different locations. And we're going to go and do all the testing ourselves and everything else. So it takes a little time to, it takes a long time to put everything together, and it does cost a lot of money to do this, because I want to do this to one documentary, and I want to do it the right way, not the wrong way, because when you go into a TV program or whatever, they're going to chop and cut, and they're never going to give you that full aspect of what actually took place that day. If you want to make a donation, I'll leave in the description down below the site where you can make a donation, $1, $2, $3. I even encourage people, hey, if you can't make a donation, if you want to buy a book, a lot of people says, well, what am I going to get in return? Okay. All the people that makes a donation and stuff like that, okay, their names are going to go on the credit, okay, and at the end credits, their names are going to be there. And if anybody wants to, when I get the funds and I get ready to go there to film and do my testing and everything else, I invite anybody to come out, okay, and take part of being history. This is history being made. Take a part in it. You can help out with doing some of the testing. You can stay in certain locations where I can see if, a gunman could take a shot from that location. It's all, for everybody. Basically, it's like the people is going to be putting this together right along with me. Okay, as we want to get the answers and we want them now. We're getting tired of waiting. Doesn't matter how long they're going to, or how much evidence they want to show or bring out that's been hidden for years, because we don't know what they doctored, we don't know what they did. Okay, just like all these files that was just released on JFK assassination. There's nothing there really. There's a little bit there, but there's not a lot of stuff that we can use to say, well, this is why JFK was assassinated, or this is why, he was assassinated, because it had nothing to do with the JFK assassination. A lot of them files didn't have nothing to do with the JFK assassination. But I want to make this video here. Mr. Donahue was right on part of his research. A shot did come in from the right and going out towards the left, but he put it as one of the Secret Service agents. And that was based on just this one image here. But when we look at the films and images, we can see the gunman with the rifle in his hand on the second floor of the County Records building. We can see him take that shot. And when we line up the films and images, we know the shot that he took. And that's the first shot that struck JFK in the back of the head. And don't forget to tell your friends about us. Don't forget that like button. Don't forget to share this video. Okay, in the description down below is going to be a site where you can make a donation to JFK, The Quest for Answers. There's also going to be a link on there where you can buy any of my books, because for the month of November and December of this year, all proceeds, all royalties I get from that book sales is going to go into this GoFundMe account too, so we can get this documentary made, because I'm very serious about getting this done. Again, I want to thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, tell your friends about it, share the video, and have a pleasant day.